Tennessee WildCast is live on the air with the latest on hunting, fishing, boating, and all things outdoors. Make welcome your host, drummer and outdoor expert novice, Jason Harmon.
All right, hello everybody, and welcome to this edition of Tennessee WildCast. We're excited to be in Crossville, Tennessee today, and we are at the regional office, and Miss Mime Barnes is my co-host today.
Glad to be here.
Excited about today's show. If you've seen the title, you see it's called FAQ, TWRA FAQ. So we get a lot of questions here at the TWRA all across the state. We have 5 offices, regional offices, and the homes headquarters office, and we get a lot of questions. So
always trying to get information out there. Always. That's our job.
So we're going to hit those today and try to answer some of the most frequently asked. But first, Mimi wanted to mention Sandhill Crane Draw.
Sandhill Crane Drawing is August 11th. That's Saturday. Doors open at 8 a.m. for registration, and the actual drawing is at 10 a.m. And it is not at the Birchwood School this year. It is at Ray County High School. So join us at Ray County High School. Help us spread the word on that.
Yeah, and then leftover permits will be available if there are any.
If there are any.
So keep an eye on that. Quota hunt draws coming to an end, so I guess that was today.
It is.
But anyway, so a lot of opportunities, and make sure if you want to participate in that Sandhill Crane Draw, that hunt.
Join us at the Ray County High School.
Ray County High School. I'm excited about our guest today, Miss Cara Dishman. I'll pan out so folks can see who we're talking about. There she is. And she is one of the admin secretaries here at the office.
Yeah.
And,
Hi.
Cara was just promoted. She just got a promotion last week before?
Yeah, last week. I think my official day was actually Monday, though. So, yeah, I just started this week, really.
Awesome.
But she's been with us for several years, and Cara came to us from Florida,
Yeah.
where she was a game warden.
Yeah, worked for FWC, Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. Yeah.
Awesome. What area were you in the state?
My first year I started Lake Okeechobee. It's if you look at a map of Florida, you see big body of water, just South Florida. I started there, did that a year. Then I went back home, Citrus County, and I worked the water there. And then I transferred to Levy County, just north, which right next to home.
Right.
And I worked more woods stuff.
So are you a Gators fan?
I love the Gators.
Oh,
yeah.
I know.
Oh,
Don't
we're
hold
gonna
it against her.
lose some people here now that you said
Maybe we should stop and start again. I don't know.
My mom went there, my uncle went there, and my grandma went there. So it's in my blood.
Wow, that's
I didn't
awesome.
go there, but I did. I went to games and stuff.
So what brought you to Tennessee?
I always say I got married,
Okay.
and his family's up here, so
Awesome.
we came to be close to his family. And as a kid, I would always visit here, so I grew up loving it. Like my family, we'd always come up here. So now it's like my family has a permanent vacation place to come to. So
That's cool.
And she's right at home here. She's just part of the Region 3 and the TWRA family. We're just so family-oriented, as most folks here say often.
I feel right at home.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So happy
That's
to
the
have
truth.
you.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Awesome. Well, we want to jump into some of these questions so we have enough time to hit them all today. But my first one, and I'm going to throw you a curveball here. When is peacock hunting season?
It starts tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then what does possum urine smell like?
Disgusting. I don't want to know. I have no clue.
Can a catfish eat us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They're dangerous.
So look out.
They can poke you. Be careful. I heard they can go through your boot. Have you heard that?
I have not.
At least the saltwater fish in Florida, like my old lieutenant, he said, be careful. He said one time, I think it went through his boot or one of the guys he stopped. So be careful.
Wow.
Always got to grab them, like where their wings are sticking out.
Yeah.
And because they hurt.
Right.
Like,
Yep.
but
They'll
I always was careful of that. And they're slippery, so you really got to, if you hold them, like, you got to grip them.
So we do get the craziest questions
That was
at the
a few
office.
crazy ones.
But we get repetitive questions too, and Cara is often, if you contact the Region 3 office, she's often the person you're going to get, or at least one of the gals up front when you walk in. And she's, like so many across the state, is so knowledgeable about countless things within the agency. We always tell people go to tnwildlife.org first.
Exactly.
If you do contact us, though, you're going to get these great folks that are so willing to try and answer your questions.
Absolutely.
Yep. So let's start down the list and see how far we can get today. But first one that we have here that we get quite often is deer on the side of the road. Do we pick them up? What's the thing there?
No, the officers, they don't come out for that. We tell them you need to contact your local road department or DOT if it's a highway.
Okay.
But if
And
it's a local road, then the local county road department.
They'll clear it. Now, but if you want to take that and use that meat for getting the roadkill?
Then you would contact us, yes,
Okay,
and we
all
would
right.
we would have you get in touch with an officer, and then they'd talk to you about it and okay it.
You have 24 hours to contact us if you've hit a deer on a roadway, I believe, and you have 24 hours to contact us. You can take that meat and not let it go to waste.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
All
don't
right.
throw it in your neighbor's yard. You get
On your
that'd be
neighbor's
bad.
porch? No.
Yeah, don't do that.
All right, let's see. Youth licenses and ages required. That's frequently asked.
So under 12, they don't need a license. They're exempt.
Okay.
But once they turn 13, there's a youth license, 13 to 15-year-old. So it's $10 for that. But it wouldn't cover management areas. So if they're going to go in a management area, they'd need to get additional management area permits.
And then, okay. And youth hunting, has it been accompanied? Has to be accompanied by adult, age 21 and older. Adults are not required to have licenses unless hunting as well.
Right. Yeah.
So make sure you got somebody to take control of that firearm.
Yeah, make sure there's an adult with the child. Yeah, can take immediate control. Exactly.
Do they have to be hunter ed certified?
The
adult?
No, they don't. No, but the child has to have it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure on that one.
And like we
With
said,
the
if we
adult.
say something here that ain't right, check
Yeah,
your hunting guide.
like if once the child turns 10 years old, they have to take the hunter ed.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Mimi, take that next one, please.
So non-hunters accompanying a hunter on a non-quota hunt or private land. We often get asked, can I go with someone? I just want to watch them hunt. Do I need a license? No, you don't need a license unless you're planning on hunting.
I'm going back. Sorry, I'm going back to that other one with the hunter ed. I think what I was mistaken on was with the license. With the adult needs to have, they don't have to have a hunting license, but I think they do need hunter ed.
Hunter ed
Just
certified.
to clarify that, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We'll clarify that too.
21 years or older, hunter ed certified.
So Mimi, you were talking about a non-hunter
Yeah.
as far as
if someone wanted to accompany someone on a hunt, would they need to have their license?
if they're not hunting, they can't participate in any way.
That's right.
So like, I've got a call where a man will call and he'll say, hey, my wife wants to come. She just wants to take pictures or something, or one of my hunting buddies, but he's not hunting, or one of my buddies, he doesn't hunt at all, and he's just interested.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're not participating, then they can come on it, as long as it's not a quota hunt. Quota hunt would be specific to
Right.
to just a select number of people.
So if you're in the act of hunting, you must have a license, and if you're not,
Yes.
you're okay.
Yeah.
And then a big one that we get a lot is about carrying a handgun on a WMA. You want to talk a little bit about that? We can
Yeah.
jump into.
So you can carry a handgun on the WMA if you're going to conceal it. It has to be you have to have the concealed weapons permit, and if you're going to open carry, you can open carry. If you don't have a concealed weapons permit, but you want to have a firearm on your side, it has to be open carry. That's like a House Bill 45 that they instated a few years ago. So that's like a federal law.
Yeah, and that's we get that one a lot. I assume that information's on our website too, but we'll make sure that it is. Most of the questions that we receive can be found at tnwildlife.org. We're constantly reminding folks of that. We do get messages on Facebook, and you're welcome to message us or call an office. But sometimes, especially if it's outside of normal working hours, you can find that answer really quickly at tnwildlife.org.
Yeah, and we're updating our website all the time. The hunting season summary is out there right now. One question we were going to get to, we'll get to it right now, is the hunting guide. When will it be out? That's a question we get a lot. And that's going to be out definitely within the next couple of weeks. we'll have that out to you, and you can pick it up in stores or in your regional offices. But we'll have it on our website.
Yes.
As soon as we have the digital copy, so that won't be long at all.
And that's really cool because any smartphone, you can pull up that hunting guide right on your smartphone. You don't have to contact an office. You don't have to wait on the phone for that information. You can pull it up right on your smartphone, which is pretty cool.
And speaking of the smartphone, we got the app. You can download the app and buy licenses and check the guide and all that through the app as well. So makes it real easy. The digital world of internet and all that, it's
awesome.
Makes it easier.
Yeah,
it sure does. Nothing like sitting in a tree stand and having a question and being able to ask Siri.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. Let's hit boater registration. That's a frequently asked question. A lot of questions about boater registration and boater education. And like I said, our website is full of that. All that information's right there, and I'll pull up the boating section while we're talking about it. But let's hit boater registration first.
Also, as well as it being online, we have magazines on it too.
Okay.
So we'll give that to new boaters when they register a boat. But as far as requirements, anything motorized, it has to be registered. And what is it? Anything before 1972 anything built before 1972 does not require a whole ID number or a HIN number. So other than that, if it's a newer boat, it has to have a HIN number or we can't register the boat. So we have to turn a lot of people back saying, hey, you need to go check it's normally located the transom of the boat, the right side, like where the motor goes. So they can always look there. It should be there. And if they don't have that, then they need to contact our HIN division in Nashville.
Okay.
And then they can issue them a number.
If you need to get a hold of anybody in Nashville, that number is 615-781-6500, and they can answer your questions or get you to the right department. Yeah, to answer those. And while we're still talking about boating, I want to show the people at home that are watching the website. The boating page has all kinds of information from registration. The boating handbook is there, and then all kinds of different other publications that you can get a hold of. But let's talk a little bit about requirements for the education and having the boater education course.
The boat license.
Yeah.
Anyone born after 1989 is required to have a boat license. So I just made that slot. I have to have mine. So I have mine.
Yeah, you just missed the mark, didn't you?
Yeah, I just missed it by 2 months.
So if you're January 1989.
Yes. Then you have to get the license, and we can give you a study guide. You can ask us for it. We'll mail it to you. Come pick it up at the office. And so once you're ready and you've studied, you can contact your local library and
Schedule a test.
schedule a test.
Yeah,
Yes, or we do it too. You can contact us, and a few people here can schedule it with you.
Okay.
It has to be monitored.
Gotcha.
So.
And one of the important things to remember is even if you're born before that time, we still want you to be safe. We still want you to go through those regulations and understand the laws on our water. And we're never out to get anybody.
No.
Our job is to ensure that you're safe while you're having fun. I just want to remind folks, just review them. Especially this time of year, our waterways are really busy up through the Labor Day weekend.
Our officers are putting a lot of time on the water this time of year
It's busy.
and trying to keep everybody safe out there. But it helps if you all take an extra step and try to be safe. All right, let's see. Some other questions we get.
I haven't been getting my magazine. You've heard that one a time or two, I'm guessing.
Yes, absolutely.
That's something that Miss Cindy Ferris at our central office, she gets those questions quite a bit on
She's over the magazines, right?
She helps with magazine circulation, and she gave us an answer here, a little solution. Let me read it. If they have moved and didn't update their account, that will cause a non-delivery because last year we added or current resident on the mailing label. So you got to update your address in the system, or it's going to go to the current resident.
And they can be a lifetime license holder, but they might not have their sportsman's license, and you have to have that sportsman's license in order to receive that magazine.
Right.
So even if you're a lifetime license holder, you're not going to automatically get the magazine.
But you can get a subscription is what I'm reading too. So you can order a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year subscription if you want to get the magazine.
And it's a great
Right.
magazine. I
Yeah,
enjoy it every
it's
time.
awesome.
It's
Absolutely.
a lot of fun.
So one of the big ones too, that the injured and orphaned wildlife, and do we help relocate or trap wildlife that might be problems? So let's hit a little bit on that. There's a lot of avenues there.
There's so much to say about it. There's so much, especially this time of year. We just tell folks, please don't steal wildlife. Leave that fawn out there. Does hide their fawns. They hide their baby. They only visit a couple times a day to feed them. Really, the security of that animal is just to lay hidden, and many times it's around our homes. So people see it and they automatically think it's orphaned, but
Yeah.
it's not.
No.
So we tell people just leave it where it is and leave the location, because if a human's present, that doe's not going to want to return.
And mom doesn't stay around because the same thing, right? They can smell
Yes,
mom.
That's right.
So that's why she leaves them.
Yeah. So we get phone calls or even messages on Facebook about people, a doe coming towards their dog, and that makes us really nervous. Keep your dog on a leash, walk it during the daytime, just to make sure that doe's not going to come out to protect her fawn.
Yeah. You have
So-
it injured. Don't want your animal to get injured.
What about
Protect 'em.
baby birds falling from the nest? We get
The
a ton
same
of phone
thing,
calls.
yeah. Leave them, unless they're injured. If there's an injury or something, or mom's definitely not taking care of it, then there's rehabilitators. But the best chance for that animal is to be left in the wild.
So this time of year, if the bird falls from the nest and it's pink and it doesn't have any feathers, the best thing to do is put it back in the
Yeah.
nest if you can reach the nest. This time of year, though, we get these phone calls about fledglings. Folks don't know that it's the first time that bird's leaving the nest. Parents are really good about taking care of them and following them and
Yeah.
ensuring their safety. The best thing to do is leave that fledgling. It's going to make its way to a safe location.
We had that here, actually. I don't know if you saw that one.
The robins?
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah, there was a little baby, and it fell out, and it had its feathers and all that, and you could see it starting to fly. But yeah, it's still been around. I think finally it left this week. I haven't seen it, so and it was fine.
Real common, and people also are constantly asking for our officers to come out. Can you move a nuisance animal, a raccoon, out of my yard? And here's our answer to that. Our wildlife officers are overwhelmingly busy, and they answer as many as they can, but it's not their primary duty. Their primary duty really is about safety and ensuring that folks are following our hunting and fishing laws. And that's where we depend on the rehabilitators across the state. And we keep a list of those at tnwildlife.org. It's under law enforcement, and you can actually click and find a rehabilitator close to you. Again, our officers would love to respond, and they try to, but many times their duties are pulling them elsewhere for things like boating safety, for example, this time of year. And that's more important. Not that they don't care, not that we don't care about wildlife. It's just where their duties are necessary. So,
Yeah, and like Mimi said, on our website, tnwildlife.org, under law enforcement, it's real easy to find there. And if you're watching from home, I'm showing you. But it's like we say, everything is there. Everything on most everything. If it's not there, then we need to work on that. But and we'll get that stuff updated. But our website is full of information. And a lot of times we'll get these questions, and we just say, you know what? On our website, this page, this link right here, sentence 3. We could even get down to the to the sentence and show people where the answer is. So just keep checking our website.
there's one more thing I want to add to that. Many times people say, can we relocate an animal? Well, no, and it's for the safety of wildlife. We don't have facilities, although I wish we had secret facilities. It'd be pretty cool, but we don't have secret facilities.
Cool.
We don't have facilities to house animals. We cannot test them for illnesses, and if you capture something in your yard and you move it, you might unknowingly be moving that disease. So that law is in place for the protection of wildlife. We don't want to unknowingly move disease to a population that would otherwise be healthy. So if you trap something on your property, it needs to be released on your property or humanely euthanized. That's for nuisance wildlife.
Right.
Yeah, and if they can't do it themselves, then contact a nuisance trapper. And I don't know if you mentioned that on the website too.
Yeah, that's
That's
good.
what you're saying.
Yep.
tnwildlife.org.
Oh man, it's a great resource. I use it all the time. We do.
We do.
It's awesome.
When you get the questions, you're like, yeah, I know.
I've
I think
seen
I
it
know that
somewhere.
answer, or let me make sure I'm correct. You
Yeah,
know? And
exactly.
so
That's
we
it.
have to go look
There's
too.
so
you know?
much information that.
In the hunting
Okay.
guide, when it comes out, there's a lot of information in there, especially when it comes down to WMAs and restrictions on each WMA. If you're going, I had a question the other day, came in, I want to hunt in Montgomery County. Well, there's 2 WMAs in Montgomery County. He wanted to know if he needed if a sportsman's license would cover that, cover the WMA permit. And then I thought, well, yeah, it will, but then you got to think about the different weapons restrictions and the closed dates, and is it open same as statewide, and all that stuff is in the hunting guide.
Yeah, different WMAs varies.
Right.
Different rules.
Some are quota only, some are same as statewide, and some
Yeah, and if
closed
it's a
during certain
quota,
times.
You gotta
And
have a quota permit. Yeah.
The hunting guide also has contact information for each of those WMAs.
Exactly.
If you
For the
do have a
managers.
really, really specific question, that might be a good place to start. Again, we get messages through Facebook continually, and then our office.
Daily, yeah, we do. Absolutely. Once it starts rolling here pretty soon.
And it will.
Yeah, yeah.
And speaking of Facebook, we're live on Facebook right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did I
thanks
tell you
for
we were going
following us.
live?
I assumed. Yeah.
So anyway, we're live on Facebook right now, and we've got quite a few comments coming in, and we'll get to those, and we'll answer those as soon as we can. And thank y'all for tuning in out there. So
Yeah, we really appreciate everybody
Yeah.
following us on Facebook. It's a great way for us to get information about the countless good things that take place with TWRA across
Exactly.
the entire state.
and we're always trying to get to those private messages and in the comment sections and stuff too. So we're trying to answer those questions as soon as we can. And you're welcome to keep sending in questions through Facebook. And then if calling our offices, will probably get a quicker answer just because we're not on Facebook 24/7. But call your regional office or message us on Facebook. We'll try to answer what we can.
So well,
Go ahead. No, you go.
I was going to say, one of the other questions that we're seeing a lot this time of year is, when's a hunter safety class going to be offered in my county or in a particular county? How would you respond to that, Cara?
Well, I would look it up for them, and I look it up on the website. Again, tnwildlife.org. The hunter education, hunting, then hunter education classes.
It's real
And then
easy.
you just
yeah.
plug in the zip code, and it just depends on when an instructor has a class going. It varies. Like, it can change within a week, that they're going to
Yeah.
have a class. So you just got to keep looking. It updates.
So if they don't see one in their
Frequently.
county, check again in a week, just to ensure that
Yeah.
if it's been added, then you'll see it.
Exactly. Yeah. And then that's how you register, too. There's a register button once you find a class.
Who needs that hunter education course?
Anyone hunting that is a minimum 10 years old. Once a child turns 10, they have to have hunter education.
It's good information.
And
to know.
they can start at 9. They can't be younger than 9 to take the class, but a 9-year-old could take it and just knock it out. And if they can't get into a class, there's what do you call that? It's like the hunter education. It's an exemption. It replaces the need.
Oh, that's the apprentice license.
The apprentice, yeah, exactly.
Apprentice.
So
I think that'll exempt you. It was a year. Now I think that you can get it multiple years.
you can get it up to 3 years,
Okay.
but you have to get it each year. It'll expire.
Right. Yeah, it's
like 3 consecutive years. You have to get it back to back.
right.
And then once that's up, you have to take a class.
Well, one thing I've been thinking about while we're sitting here, what's one of the craziest things? We got a few more minutes here. What was one of the most craziest things you've heard or questions you've received?
Well, I got 2 good ones. And one of them was they called as a gentleman, and he said that he had seen a pterodactyl in the sky. So I don't know if he was reporting it, and he even said, "I know this sounds crazy," so I almost believe him. But he said it wasn't the first time that he had seen it, and I think his wife has seen it, and a neighbor has seen it. I think it's somewhere here in Cumberland County too. So
And the best we could tell was probably a blue heron.
yeah,
which
it's probably just a bird or something, or an airplane. Who knows? I don't
Could have
know.
been a sandhill crane flying over me.
Yeah, it was probably a sandhill crane or a whole bunch of them together.
And it looked like one big one.
Yeah, it looked like one big one. Yeah.
And you were telling me earlier that there was a special permit available. Maybe?
Yeah. Oh, somebody asked. It wasn't me, but Brenda York. She just retired this year, but she was telling me about how a guy called and he asked if he wanted to get a Sasquatch permit. He said, I need a permit for Sasquatch, that he wanted to go and get Sasquatch. She was like, what do you, like, she was like laughing, she said he was serious. So we don't have a Sasquatch permit, but if you want one, I will issue one.
Okay.
I will issue you a personal one.
Maybe we should create a page under hunting.
Yes, absolutely. That would be, like I told y'all, like,
Sasquatch.
yeah, I think other states do it, so.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And we do get many times we get pictures sent to us. Can you identify this animal? And a lot of times, honestly, it's a house cat. Or just yesterday, someone sent us a picture of a huge dog track. There's a real defined difference between cat and dog tracks, and so we appreciate those things. But scat, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of that, when you overlay another image from that trail cam, say you got a picture of a cat, and then you overlay the same image from the same camera of a deer, and you put those two together, compare the size difference. Because a lot of times that cat looks big, but when you mix it in with a deer and you superimpose those together, you see that cat is really small.
Yeah, we get a lot on panthers.
Cat questions, yeah.
And really, people really want to see those things, and we do too. It's exciting for us. But when we end up seeing the track, cats have a dip in their heel pad, and a dog never has that. And so we can tell pretty quickly as to whether it is or not. And then we're also looking at vegetation, because we see vegetation around the animal and recognize it is not nearly the size that it would need to be in order to be something like a cougar or mountain lion.
Yeah, it's amazing how you can lay those together and see just how big that animal is in comparison to say a deer.
Yeah.
But
we're always willing to answer questions.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
What's that website again?
tnwildlife.org.
tnwildlife.org. So yeah, it's all right there, and we try to update it regularly. And the homepage changes a lot, and try to keep that updated and keep the most current stuff out there right in front of you, so it's easy to find. So, anything else you want to add before we go?
Thanks, Cara.
Thank you guys.
You're
I
up,
appreciate
Cara.
it. You guys do. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Thanks for being on, Cara. And like I said, if you got any questions, feel free to send them in. Call our central office, our regional offices, or message us on Facebook, and we'll do what we can to get those answers for you. So thanks for watching this edition of Tennessee WildCast, and we will see you all next time.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay connected with TWRA by visiting our website at tnwildlife.org and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hey, it's all about Tennessee wildlife. It's what we do. Tennessee WildCast will be on the air again next week. We'll see you then.